course, Jeff Bodine will have a pit stop coming up after a while.
See, one reason that Dale Earnhardt made a pit stop just a moment ago, number one, the tires might have been worn out, but the biggest reason was because Rusty Wallace pitted. Now, all of a sudden, he realized he can't beat the 7 car, so he's got to start racing the 2 car.
He looks at the big picture. About 4 races left to that record-tying 7th Winston Cup championship.
Now here's Ward Burton going a lap down in the Hardy Chevrolet. Ward is in 3rd place. But that should put him... Well, Jeff Bodine's coming in.
We got a glimpse a minute ago, Ned, of Danny Glad and the crew on the wall waiting for Jeff Bodine. So Bodine has made the call, and Bill Weber is standing in his pits. Bill?
Well, the object this team wants to do is they want to lap the field, and they're doing a heck of a job so far. They chased the car all weekend, got it right in final practice. They were happy with how they had it set up for the race, and so far, perfect execution on the track and off. 4 tires, the left front, left rear on, waiting to drop the track, and away it goes.
16.9.
Great pit stop, and here comes Jeff Burton. He would have taken over the lead, but he's right back in front of you, Bill.
It'll be 4 Hoosier tires for Jeff Burton. He's another guy trying to hang on to Jeff Bodine's tail. Right side around, Jack around to the left side. They'll put on the left rear and the left front. Fuel going in. They're waiting on the tires. Jeff Burton down in the way in the Ray Vestas Ford.
And you can see his brother, Ward Burton, is in up there in the Hardy Chevrolet. He came in just a lap after Jeff came in. He was running in 3rd place when he came in.
You see Brett Bodine finishes his pit stop at Quaker State Ford. He leaves.
Now, Jeff Bodine is still going to be in the lead. He had such a big lead when everybody else started pitting. Well, he was able to get his service. Right now, there being 7 cars shown on the lead lap. Mark Martin is in the 7th position.
And there's Jeff Bodine. And our 2nd place car would be Rusty Wallace. And there is Rusty just crossing the start-finish line about 3.5 to 4 seconds back behind Jeff Bodine. The pit stops have taken place. We'll come back with more exciting short track action right after this. Stay with us.
Fans, the '94 racing season is almost over, but it's not too late.
Back at Wilkesboro Speedway, you may wonder why we haven't mentioned these 6 drivers. Well, they didn't qualify for the race. They went home. Dale Jarrett, Brad Teague driving for Jimmy Means, Todd Bodine, who destroyed their short track car last week at Martinsville, Loy Allen, the TriStar Motorsports car, the Hooters machine, Tim Fedowa, and Mike Wallace, the Howling Myers car of Judy Dunleavy. Those 6 drivers did not qualify to start among the 36 today, so they are home. That's why we haven't mentioned their names here in our field rundown.
And our leader, Jeff Bodine, is in a big, big mess.
He really is. He's getting through them pretty good. He's already passed about 6 or 7 cars in that group. There were about 14 cars that were running in a pack. It was almost like Talladega when they hook up in a draft. They were running side by side, but the way that Exide Batteries Ford is handling, he was able just to clip them all, pass some on the outside, some on the inside, and just move right around.
And there we see Kenny Schrader, the Kodiak guard, coming out of the pit just after completing a pit stop. Ooh, and Mark comes down right in front of DW. Almost made some contact. Jeremy Mayfield goes by Darrell, the Fingerhut car.
And here's a battle between Rusty Wallace and Rick Mast. That'll be for 3rd position. Rusty has the 3rd position right now. Mast is 4th. Dale Earnhardt is 5th. Those are the only 5 cars in the lead lap.
Now, Bill Elliott had managed to stay on the lead lap by virtue of those early pit stops just a moment ago. Jeff Bodine was able to go by him and put him a lap down, as he did Mark Martin. And they're being shown in 6th and 7th position.
And we see what happens when Rusty Wallace, he pitted just a few laps before these guys, so his tires a few more laps, so therefore his car is slower than Rick Mast. By the way, I want to take this opportunity to say hello to George Miller, Connecticut. He's Pamela, one of our ESPN producers' dad. He had some back surgery on Thursday, I believe. He's doing great. He's home. And George, get well soon so I can beat you at golf.
Riding along with Rusty Wallace. He's in in-car camera. Here's the Miller Genuine Draft Ford being shown back in the 4th position. 5 cars in the lead lap. Bodine our leader. Terry Labonte in 2nd spot. Rick Mast 3rd. Wallace 4th. And Earnhardt is 5th.
Darrell Walter here, and you see the Delco Electronics telemetry in his car. Now, he's been out there a while on this set of tires. I think he's been out there about almost 50 laps, so he's not going to be running the speed that he would if he had newer tires on. But he got about 106 or so on the straightaway, and earlier we saw it was about 118. They got it to 113 that time, so
he didn't even turn 8,000. Didn't even turn 8,000 RPM.
Our Chevrolet in-car camera with the Delco Electronics telemetry with old DW, Darrell Waltrip.
Well, we watched that. Bill Elliott brings the Budweiser Ford down pit road.
That's right. He got lapped, so that means he's going to pit again, right?
Yep, that's where he goes.
It's worked for a while. Let's go down to John Kernan.
This is the same car that they finished 3rd with last week in Martinsville. Of course, they said on the outside of the front row. My team told me this morning, I'm not quite sure how it's going to run during the race, but we would love to have a top 5 finish. But Bill has been running in 7th a lap down. That's a pretty good pit stop, going under 18 seconds, 17.8.
We approach the 100 lap to go mark, just 119 laps left. And here's the car number 41, the Meineke Chevrolet that's slowing on the racetrack. That is Joe Nemechek up the back straightaway.
He's coming into turn 3. It looks like he has enough speed that he'll be able to make it on around to the pits, whatever his problem is. Bill Parsons has been in the pits for quite a while up in turn 4. Darrell Waltrip, you see, comes down the pit road into Western Auto Chevrolet as Nemechek gets his car on the pit road as well.
Remember, we have been caution-free for almost 300 laps. We have not had a caution yet today as you're riding with old DW. Getting service from Pete Peterson and company down in the pits. And John Kernan.
Just a little bit of damage to the left rear bumper on Darrell Waltrip's car. Just a little few, maybe slight tire marks. But other than that, the Western Auto Chevrolet aluminum was fairly clean. The 4-tire change for old DW. He sits there waiting patiently. Blood pressure tightened 17.8 seconds. An excellent stop.
Hey, you reckon Darrell will be offended by us calling him old DW?
Well, we saw Joe Nemechek come down pit road. He is still on pit road. We understand that he might have a rear gearing problem on the Meineke Muffler Chevrolet.
Now, remember a minute ago we had our Chevrolet in-car camera with the Delco Electronics telemetry, and we showed Darrell Waltrip on used tires running, down the straightaway?
Well, we saw 113. There, you saw 118. So it picked him up about 5 miles an hour. And he's even in a little traffic. So we'll look again. There, yep. 116. So it's some 45 miles an hour faster, and that's because he's getting through the turns faster and is able to go down the straightaway faster. 118 again that time.
And the car number 41 heads to the garage area. That is the Larry Hedrick-owned Meineke Muffler's car. And here's a battle on the racetrack. 4th and 5th.
And Earnhardt takes that 4th spot away from Rusty Wallace.
Terry Labonte is 2nd, Rick Mast is 3rd, Earnhardt now 4th, and Rusty Wallace 5th. Those are the only cars on the lead lap.
Car number 24 now making a move inside of Rusty Wallace. That is Jeff Gordon. He is being shown a lap down in 8th position. Also Derek Cope in the straight arrow Ford. Bobby Allison Motorsports team begins to make a move and tries to. 112 laps remain at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Back with more in just a moment. For our 5th place car, Rusty Wallace, already having changed right side tires, now gets left side tires. He's out of the way. Bill Weber.
Well, Jerry, another quick stop for this team. 15.7 on the one prior to this. Roger Penske is here today. He's spotting for Rusty Wallace and had a few comments about their pit strategy earlier. Rusty informed Roger to stick to spotting and they would work on the pit crew work. By the way, a couple of weeks ago, Buddy Parrott went to a TV production house in Charlotte, North Carolina. For several hours, he viewed videotapes of the team's pit stops. He found things that they thought could improve their performance even more. 15.7 earlier today. That's some good TV
I guarantee you, Mark Martin comes down pit road as that was Rusty's pit stop a minute ago, less than 17 seconds. And here is Martin as you're riding on the road cam of the Valvoline Ford Thunderbird at 35 miles per hour, and John Curtin is waiting on it. John?
I tell you, Jerry, from the time you say here he comes on pit road till he gets all the way down here, it seems like it takes forever. Another 4-tire change. Mark fighting the same problem he had before the last pit stop. The car has gotten very, very loose. Once again, adjusting the air pressure. Waiting to see if they will make a chassis adjustment. It doesn't look like it. Left side now going on. Jack has dropped 17.8 seconds for Mark Martin.
And Mark is being shown 2 laps down in 7th position by virtue of that pit stop as he comes back out as we approach the 100 lap to go mark next time by.
Now from inside Mark Martin's car, we saw Kenny Wallace, the Haviland car, head down pit road. There he is.
Well, I tell you, it seems like they're pitting about every 3rd or 4th lap that they aren't, but they're making a lot of pit stops.
You know, I know these crew chiefs crewmen are probably exhausted changing tires as frequently as they are, but you know, Jerry, you and I are exhausted because we usually sit down on the caution flag, and we stood up all day.
17.2 seconds. And hey, I'm usually down there in the pits, and I bet you John and Bill Weber are going to need oxygen before this day is over because they've been covering pit stops about every 7 or 8 laps. And you see Kenny Wallace head back out with 99 laps to go. He is being shown in 10th spot.
And Earnhardt, the Goodwrench Chevrolet, coming down pit road. Now, he stopped before Rusty. No, Rusty just stopped a few moments ago. Okay, that's right.
It's an eternity from one end of pit road to the other at 35 miles per hour, but you can't afford the speed. You can't afford that penalty. He heads toward you, John Curtin.
Just a minute, Jerry. Let me remove the oxygen. Yes, we've been running up and down pit road. It'll be a 4-tire change. Richard Childress just told me that the car seems to be working about the best as it has all day long. Remember his last set of tires before this set, he was very, very loose. They come around to the left side, into the front left side. They have one that fall off. A little bit of a problem, but Dale Earnhardt is down and away 18.8. Yeah.
Obviously, that lug nut that fell off, they had to replace, probably cost them a second. That may not sound like much, but 18.8 and 17.8 is quite a difference. And here was our pole sitter, Jimmy Spencer, who collected his first Winston Cup pole here at Wilkesboro Speedway, and he is now being shown, Ned, way back as he makes another pit stop. Spencer in the car number 27 is being shown 7 laps back.
Well, he has had a tough day. That McDonald's Ford just not handling. Rick Mast running in 3rd place is coming into the pits now as Spencer gets his service. Mast in the Skoll Classic Ford. He was 3rd. And let's go to Bill Weber.
Rick Mast on pit road in the Skoll Racing Ford. This will be 4 tires and fuel, as has been the case. Rick doing a fine job. Remember, his best career finish is 3rd. He's got good runs at this track before. The left sides are on. Rick Mast is down and away.
Pointed out, Jerry, he's got to be awfully careful not to speed down pit road. Now he can accelerate and go as fast as he can.
Now Terry Labonte, who's running in 2nd place, comes in the Kellogg Cornflex Chevrolet, trying to keep under that 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. As Brett Bodine looked like they was pushing his car into the garage area. They were indeed.
As we watch the right side going on this car, I want to watch the left side when they change this and they put the left rear on. When the car comes down, it looks like the left rear tire is almost flat. That's how little air pressure they're running in these cars. You ever see the thing coming off? They're throwing it on there. Get out of the way there. You see how the left rear tire, the almost flat, probably 12, 14 pounds of air in that tire. But the lower they can get them, the better adhesion they get.